Oh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. On the little Ned. Got her, got her, got her. It's a freaking good one on the little Ned rig. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, we post videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so consider giving us a subscribe. But without further ado, let's jump into today's video. And today we're going to be talking about Ned rigs, this little tiny 2 3/4 inch bait that has been sweeping the nation, catching giant smallmouth bass, giant largemouth bass, spotted bass, you name it. This thing pretty much catches it all. You guys have probably seen me use it on my channel a ton. I've caught some monstrous bass on this tiny little finesse style bait. And I was thinking to myself, what would happen if we made this little bait even smaller? So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this traditional, I usually throw this on a 1/6 ounce head with the little original Z-Man TRD finesse style worm. It's 2 3/4 of an inch. What would happen if we throw it on a 1/64 ounce head, over 10 times smaller, with like a little 1 inch chunk of this little Z-Man finesse TRD worm on there? It's literally like 1/10 of the size of the original TRD finesse worm. We're gonna put this thing to the test, and we're gonna try to catch some fish on this little baby Ned rig and see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna catch bass, if this is gonna be more of a bluegill panfish style lure, but we're gonna start throwing this thing around, see what we can get bit on, and hopefully it works. I have no idea what's gonna happen, guys, but let's get to fishing and find out. So first spot of the day, we're primarily going to be targeting super shallow water. Since this is only 1/64 of an ounce, it really can't be fished much deeper than like 5 or 6 feet, because it will take forever for this thing to get down to the bottom. But the setup that we're throwing this little tiny Ned rig on is a Lew's laser light speed spin. We have 2-pound test on here, super light stuff, and ideally we would have an ultralight rod, but today we're throwing this on a 7-foot medium action spinning Fox River rod because I don't have any ultralight rods. I really don't do this type of fishing too often, but we're gonna start out fishing super shallow, probably throwing around a lot of these docks. The water temperature is warming up here in Southwest Michigan, and a lot of those bass, a lot of those crappie bluegills, they're starting to push up shallow. So that's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna try to find some of these big old fish up shallow and see if they're gonna eat this tiny little bait for us. Oh, first bite of the day. First bite of the day on the little Ned rig right out in front of this dock. Look at that, she pulled it down. Didn't feel very big. It was probably a bluegill or a crappie, I'm thinking. Didn't really feel like a bass. I think that if pretty much of a bass eats this tiny little thing, we're gonna hook it, I would imagine. But we'll take bluegills, crappie, anything. This is only the second dock of the day that we fish, and we already got bit on this thing too. Second dock, already got bit on the baby Ned rig. Money. That is money. Come on, baby. Get smoked. Oh yeah, there we go. First one on the tiny Ned rig, baby. Oh, it's a bass. We got a bass on. We have like 2-pound test. Come on, baby. On the baby Ned rig. She picked it up right when it dropped down next to that dock. We got to get the net just because I don't want to break this 2-pound test. Don't have a ton of these little baby jig heads. Come here, mama. Oh yeah, that nice little Ego Extendo net. If you guys want to check these nets out, that's going to be linked down below. But first fish, we've only been out here with this little Ned rig for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. This is like the 3rd or 4th dock. And as you guys can see, hooked right in the top corner of the mouth. Just exactly how you'd want them. Nice little 10, 11 inch bass right there to start it off. Really fun to fight it on that ultralight finesse reel with 2-pound test too. But first bass, gonna get her back in the water. And we're gonna see what else this thing could catch. See if we could get on a ton of bass. Like maybe this thing is the deal. I mean, the Ned rig is only 2.75 inches, and that tiny little finesse bait has swept the nation, and it's become one of the best baits to throw. So maybe making it smaller makes it even better. I don't know. Definitely a little bit harder to fish, but first bass in the boat, and we're gonna get back out there. We're gonna keep making our way down these main lake docks, and I think that we're gonna pick them apart, guys. The cool thing about throwing a bait so small is I really don't know what we're gonna catch. We might catch a big old crappie or a big old bluegill. This lake's got all sorts of different stuff in it. Perch, anything. Anything's possible on this tiny little bait. So we're gonna keep throwing it. I'm excited that it only took us about 5 minutes to get the first one in the boat. I was a little bit worried, but when you're throwing something as juicy as a Ned rig, you really shouldn't be too worried. Okay, so first fish in the boat. A lot of people don't have their docks in yet, so we kind of ran out of them to fish down this stretch, but we're gonna go try a couple little channels, things that warm up a little bit quicker and also might have more panfish in them, and see if we could get bit once again on this tiny little Ned rig. Spot number 2, guys. Nice little channel that these pre-spawn bass should start funneling into, getting ready to spawn. Like I said, we're not quite there. Water's in the low 50 degrees, but a lot of those pre-spawn bass, they are definitely on the move, especially on a nice, warm, sunny day like this. They're gonna start pushing up shallow. Oh, there we go. Got him. Second one of the day. Little micro fishing bluegill. Like I said, there's about 50 of these little guys hanging around, but I saw a couple decent crappie, a couple decent like 12-inch bass, nothing too crazy, but there are fish everywhere in the back of this pocket. And we're just kind of bouncing this little Ned Rig along like a little bait fish, going right through this school of bluegill, bass, crappie, all these panfish. And that one clocked it. Oh, we just missed another one too. Not a particularly big one, but like I said, we could catch literally anything back in here. This lake has got pretty much any freshwater species you could think of. They don't want to move slow either. They want me to kind of bounce it along like a little minnow. That's how these fish are biting it. Yep, there we go. Oh, that's a pumpkin seed. Nice little pumpkin seed. Come here, baby. Look at that pretty little fish. That is what I'm talking about. We got 3 species. That's what you could do when you're throwing a little micro bait like that. Got 3 species in the boat. We've only been out here for about 20 minutes. I would like to catch a big old bass on this tiny little Ned Rig. That's kind of going to be the goal today. Catch a bass over 2 pounds on 2-pound tests with a 1/64 ounce jig head. Definitely would be a first for me. Ooh. Oh, look at these bass. Look at these bass. They're going to eat it. Oh, one's going to eat this for sure. There he is. There he is. There he is on the little Ned Rig. Yes, sir. I don't think that this one needs a net. She's pretty small. Literally just like a little wolf pack, a little school of bass came swimming by though. I saw like 5 or 6 of them and they all shot straight at it. Little 8-inch bass. Caught a few little bluegills back in this channel. Getting ready to move to a new spot, but I'm starting to see a bunch right in the main lake here, so might try this for a second longer. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go, here we go. I see a few going at it, guys. A few fish are going at it. There he is, there he is. On the little Ned Rig. 1/64 of an ounce. It is literally 10 times smaller than a standard Ned Rig. We could flip this one too. I keep wanting to use the net just because I know this line's so light, but when you're catching ones that small, you really don't got to worry about it. It is quite fun catching these fish on this ultralight reel. Don't need to find giants when you're using 2-pound tests. It feels like you got a big one on almost every single time. I was skeptical whether or not this Ned Rig was going to work, but she is doing some damage. There we go. There we go. Just blind casting on the sand flat right now. Oh, that's a decent one. She's running right at me. Blind casting the sand flat. There's a bunch of little, oh, and that's why you got to be careful with 2-pound tests, boys. Literally just broke off. She kind of got me wrapped up in the trolling motor. And that's why I netted that first fish. It really wasn't that big, but when you're using 2-pound tests, a little 10-inch, 12-inch bass can easily do that. Now we got to rig up another little Ned Rig, but that's kind of cool because I'll get to show you guys exactly what I did. I already had that thing pre-rigged, so I haven't showed you yet what I've been doing. But what we have here is a little 1/64 ounce jig head. My buddy Ethan actually makes these, the Online Outdoorsman. If you guys want to check out his YouTube channel, this is his bait. He gave me a couple of these, but 1/64 ounce jig head right here. And let's see what we got. And then all you do is you take your standard Z-Man Ned Rig bait. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some scissors. We are gonna cut down this Ned Rig to about 1/3 of its size. So it's about 1 inch, give or take. And then what I also am gonna do is I cut this bait in half again this way. And that's pretty much it. There you go. You have yourself one of the smallest Ned Rigs you could possibly throw. This one might even be smaller than that first one that I had tied up. There we go. Oh, decent bass. Decent bass. Don't get by the trolling motor. We aren't snapping you off this time, buddy. We're going to make sure we play them. Come here, Bessie. Come here, Bessie. Another little 10, 11 incher on the old little Ned Rig. We were going through a little dry spell there after snapping that fish off, and finally hooked up with another one. Just cruising along this bank. Still have not moved spots. Just been kind of trolling down this bank, and anywhere where there's little grass clumps, that's where we're getting bit. So we went through a big dry spell because it was all sand, nothing on the bottom, didn't see any fish. Got back in some grass. Nice little 10-inch bass. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. On the little Ned. What is it? Oh, it's a pike. I think it's a pike. Hold up. We got to really play this thing. Whatever it is, it's big. Pike or a walleye? Oh my gosh. How the heck did we hook this thing without breaking off? We've got something big on that little Ned Rig, guys. Oh my. Got 2-pound test and I got a pike on. Come here, buddy. Come here. There we go. I can't believe that we landed that fish on 2-pound tests. My goodness. Let's see where it was hooked, because I don't even know how that's possible. And it's down its throat. How in the heck with 2-pound test did we land that fish? We got to get the pliers on this one. Try to do some surgery on this pike. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this out or not. That is way down there. Oh, here we go. She was like barely hooked. It was way down her throat, but she was barely hooked. All right, biggest fish of the day by far. Literally that thing hit it, and all the other fish around scattered, but gonna get her back in. Nice little 20-inch pike, nothing to write home about, but I literally am just so lucky that we landed this fish without it breaking me off. Cannot believe it. See you later, mama. I told you guys, this is a multi-species day. We're catching all sorts of stuff. Freaking bluegills, sunfish, bass, and now we got a pike. Oh, there we go. Little bluegill. Little bluegill. That's, oh, she popped off. That shows you the variety, though. We go from catching like a 20-inch pike to a little 4 or 5-inch bluegill, just like that. Next catch. There we go. Little bass up underneath that little overhang. Nice little bass sitting in this tree. We could boat flip this one. Just about a 6-7 incher. Going back in. Last 3 fish have been a pike, a bluegill, and then a bass. We have got the variety on deck. Oh, crappie. Got a crappie, guys. That's species number 5 on the day. Not a bad one either. Good old slab right there. Smoked her right out in front of this dock. Nice like 9-10 incher. Get her back in. We're catching everything. Oh, good one on a bed. This is what we've been after, guys. Good one on a bed. I think it's by itself. I wish that it almost ate it that first time, and now it definitely saw me. All right, this is the one that we're catching. This is like a 2-pounder on a bed by itself, and it's out in the open. We should be able to get it on this little turd rig. Just got to make sure that we don't burn it with the trolling motor. This is where if you had some power poles, it would come in very handy. I would really love some power poles just for bed fishing. That's really all I really need them for. Oh, she had it. She had it. She had it. We dropped it right on her nose. Oh, it's right there again. Come on. Oh, come on. She just chased it. Bro, just eat it. Got her, got her, got her. It's a freaking good one. On the little Ned Rig. On the baby Ned Rig, boys. We got her. We got to play this fish. She's bigger than I thought, I think, too. It is not a bad fish. Took us about 10-15 minutes of working that bed, and we got her. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Get in the net. Get in the net. Yes! On that little itsy-bitsy Ned Rig. Let me just show you guys that one. Oh, it popped right out, but it was right in the roof of her mouth. We did not foul hook that fish. She ate it. Nice, solid 2-pounder on that little tiny Ned Rig. Yes, sir. Check that bait out. So freaking tiny. Okay, let's get her back in the water. You got to go make some babies. Go back down to your bed, mama. Yes, 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 yes. I think that might wrap up the video for us, guys. We just caught a nice solid 2-pound bass, 2¼ pound bass off of a bed May 1st on a 1-inch piece of freaking nothing with a 1/64 ounce head right there. That is freaking nuts. Okay, boys and girls, we are gonna wrap up the video with that fish right there. The fish are starting to bed, so expect some bed fishing videos in the near future. I wanna try to get some really sweet underwater footage for you guys, so be on the lookout for that. But today, we put this little speck of nothing to work. Caught probably like 20 bass, I don't know, 7 or 8 bluegills, 1 crappie, 1 nice like 20-inch pike, and the bass are bedding. We just caught like a 2¼ pounder off of a bed on this. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of me fishing with the world's smallest Ned Rig. I've not seen anyone go smaller than that, and yeah, let me know what else you guys want to see. This is one of my random little ideas that I had. I'm a big Ned Rig fanatic, so I figured why not do the world's smallest Ned Rig. But let me know what you guys think. What else do you guys want to see on the channel? And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.